Hello, hello, hello. We are back live. As you're coming on, please say hi. Tell me where you're viewing from. Tell me what your name is. Hello, hello, hello. We are going to get started at the 1 minute mark. So if you are coming on watching the replay, make sure you put hashtag replay in the chat. We are now live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So here we go. All right. Just want to make sure I was live on everything. All right. So hello, 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 everyone. My name is Destiny Thomas. And in about March or so, the Lord had instructed me to host a very intimate coaching boot camp called Coaching the Kingdom Way. And we had 8 amazing women go through the program where they were able to go before the Lord and get clarity on their relatable story, who it was he was calling them to serve, and what capacity he wanted them to serve in, and to create an actual offer or services that they would be offering to those particular people. And so we just wrapped up the last group session for the 8-week program. And now we're going live with every single one of the ladies so that they can introduce themselves and share what it is the Lord has, what it is they have created in, with alongside the Lord. Sorry, can't get my words right. It's been a long day already. Okay. And so we have already had Tananda, we've had Jacqueline, we had Susan, and we had Dana earlier today. So we have today at the 1 o'clock, 1:15 hour, we have Amber Blakes. So without further ado, I am going to introduce Amber to the stage. Hey, Amber.
Hi, Destiny.
How are you?
Good. I'm great, actually. I'm just making sure all the tech looks good, sounds good. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, everything looks good. And I am so, so, so happy to have you. So, Amber, please introduce yourself. Who is Amber Blakes? Let the people know.
Amber Blakes is actually somebody I'm still getting to know. So I'm excited to tell you what I've learned so far. I am a Jesus girl, daughter of God, woman of faith. That is the first pillar I stand on. I am a woman who empowers other women to strengthen family. And that is something that I've taken on as a mantle, that I have an anointing for, that I have the experience with. And I love to help others strengthen their family through the coaching that I do. And I am someone who likes to have fun. I like to crack jokes. I like to laugh. I like to explore new places, girls' trips, couples' trips, play with my kids. That is who I am. I am a wife. I'm a mom. I'm an educator by profession. I'm a daughter, sister, auntie, niece, and friend. And now I feel more comfortable saying that I am a coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to say that. I've been able to say it in other professional realms in the past, in traditional work settings, but to be able to create a coaching business that is based on my own expertise has been challenging. And I'm so glad that I could build it in community. It's not easy to do by yourself.
Yes, yes, yes. Amber, you touched on so much. And I have experienced Amber in all of those multifaceted areas, except obviously you're not my mom, but like just the fun side, just the like your passion for the generations and passion for family and passion for just doing things God's way. So I can
Yep.
definitely attest that everything she's saying is accurate. Okay. So Amber, tell us some of your story. Like, as you were going through the coaching program, obviously you went to the Lord about your relatable story. Who am I? What have I been through? And how has that equipped me to serve those you've called me to serve? What is that relatable story? What is your story?
It was really good putting that together. So my relatable story began a lot like yours did, Destiny. When I was blessed to be a new mom, I had my first child, my son, almost a decade ago now. I had struggled with infertility for about 6 years. And finally, the blessing came, and the baby was here. And I began to then struggle with another battle, and that was postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety, and suicidal ideations. It was scary. It's nothing I had ever experienced before. And it's something that once I got stable and got the help that I needed with the Lord sending the right people on my path at the right time, because it's nothing I can actually take credit for on my own. He just made sure that the right people were in my right path at the right time to help save me from me, and help save me from the attack on the end of the enemy on my life. Now that I had received the blessing that God had for me after warring for it for years in the physical and in the natural. So I did what I've always loved to do, even since I was a child. To process that, I began to write. And so I wrote a blog post about that time in my life. And I shared it with my audience, which was very small at the time. And I had a conversation not too long after I told that story in my blog with my mom. And she approached me and she admitted to me for the first time in our relationship that she had the same experience that I had had after my son with me and my sister. And she also believed that that same experience happened to her mother with her and her sister. And so, you don't have to walk with the Lord too long to know that, or even you don't have to work with the Lord or walk with the Lord at all to know that things travel through family bloodlines.
Yeah.
And so it was a very huge light bulb moment for me when she said that. One um, thought that I had was, I would have never had this conversation with her if I didn't write this down.
Yep.
The second thought was, I wish I had known this before the
Mm-hmm.
battle, so I could have gone in better prepared. And so I began to reflect, because I'm a new mom, because I'm an educator and I've worked with generations of children. I began to think of how I could take this revelation and turn it into something that I could use to better prepare my children going forward. And that's where it began. I began to, I continued blogging. I later became an author. I've authored 3 books. And I have recently began to expand my authorship into coaching services. So that really helps other people take their life experiences, take their wounds, take
Mm-hmm.
their trauma, and learn how to process it and get freedom from it through their writing, so that
Mm-hmm.
they can create a legacy and document their legacy and leave their wisdom behind for generations to come.
Yes, that's so good. And that kind of ties into the next question, which is, who do you help? Who are
Hmm.
those people? If you were speaking to them right now, what would they be doing? How would they be responding? What's kind of happening in their life privately that they're not sharing, that they would know
Mm.
they are your people?
That's so good. And I don't believe that I was as clear about this as I was before the boot camp. So I'm so grateful for that. So the one thing I realized about my audience, who I'm called to help, is people like me. Like, that's it. So I have been placed here to help people overcome what I've overcome. So
Mhm.
what does me look like? I am all the things that I mentioned in the introduction. But however, I am a elder millennial, young Gen Xer. I am a woman of faith. I am a woman who is an overachiever,
Mhm.
who has covered up my own wounds and trauma with degrees in jobs
Mhm.
and accolades and certifications and endorsements and all of the above. The resume is stacked. That's who I am. The resume is stacked, but I had to literally rebuild me and my life
Mhm.
so that I could actually become who I was born to be, so that I could help others do that. I was very much a doer and not a beer. And so
Mhm.
I'm learning how to be God's daughter, how to be a mother, be a wife, be an author, be a coach, and not just spin my wheels doing the busy work of those things, while I'm really crumbling inside,
Yeah.
because I have so many things unaddressed inward, and then not to mention how that's showing up outside in my finances, in my relationships,
Mhm.
in my home. So that's who I'm called to help. I am 45, but when I started this journey, I was in my young 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really feel like I have been called to the millennial Gen X generation specifically because
Mm-hmm.
I was born right as a bridge between the two. And I I'm here to help women who are or are who okay, let me get my words together, sorry, women who are matriarchs or who are becoming matriarchs. Thank you for helping, being patient with me get that out. Who are becoming the matriarchs of their family. You know, there's that joke that you see online sometimes from millennials that'll say, who made us the adults?
Right.
Because because why? And you know, like, why are people asking me what I'm supposed to bring to Thanksgiving dinner? Because who's cooking? Like, all of those things that mama, grandmama, auntie are still doing or used to do for us. Now we're stepping into that role of being the mother and the wife of the family that people look to for wisdom, for organization, for generational information. And I found that myself included felt very unprepared for that.
Mm-hmm.
Very unprepared for that. And I'm blessed to have my grandmother and my mother still with me. But I'm definitely at that age where I'm like, okay, I'm not doing what they were doing at this age. Like, why? You know, but and so I'm realizing that there's a lot of women like me, and I've understood that the more that I have written down my story, shared my story, taught about it, coached others to do the same thing, created items that are actually legacy items that can be passed on through generations. I'm beginning to realize that my matriarchal authority is coming through this process. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's really those of us women and who are crossing the generations who are about supposed to soon be the matriarchs, or maybe by just because of life you've become one and you're the older ones in your family now. And
Mm-hmm.
how do we do that better? How do we do that with wisdom? How do we do that more effectively and efficiently? How do we do that in a way that really influences not just our generations, but our generation
Mm-hmm.
beyond us? So that is who I have learned that I help.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That is so good. You touched on so many good points of just even in the beginning part of like creating your identity around accolades, right? Like these degrees I got, this car I drive, this, you know, the way my family looks, you know, like just creating your identity around falsity, right? Like, or things that are not going to last, you know. And
Mhm.
so that's really, really good. And even that last part is so funny. You were talking about that last part because we were just talking about that at my our family reunion, my grandmother's 80th birthday, how we were saying, oh man, we gotta soon be the ones that are planning this like for the years to come, you know. And so you're right. I'm like, we're not prepared for that. We over here still waiting for our mama and our aunt to bring the food, to my daddy to cook on the grill. Like that's what we waiting for. And it's y'all gotta do that. So you're right. Like, it's just really about being clear on who you are in God, what's your identity, and walking that out. So,
Mhm.
tell us, how do you help them? How does Amber help these that she is called to?
So I began that journey of helping others do what I was walking out in creating legacy and documenting my wisdom and telling my story and healing through writing, through sharing my blog posts, through books. And then I created two YouTube channels. One is called Everything with Amber, that's connected to my blog, and another is called Journaling for the Generations, which is based on my book. And I began to speak and write through those channels, and those are available now for anyone who wants to go check them out. Go ahead and binge watch what I have uploaded there in the background. And this year, I would say maybe even the end of 2024, the beginning of 2025, I was led to reach out to some of my readers
Mhm.
and followers to offer coaching services about the things that they were reading about in my blog, books, and listening to on my YouTube channels. And so I soft launched coaching to my community, to my email list. And to this day, I have worked with 5 or 6 women to help them through coaching cycles. And I learned how to do coaching cycles actually in the education realm because I did that with teachers. And I really stepped out on faith, not knowing exactly what that would look like, but knowing that I had what it took to do it, and knowing that I had a piece of the puzzle for these women that they needed to pick up on their way to creating legacy. And so I took a chance and I just reached out to some people who were already following me. A lot has come from those coaching sessions,
Mhm.
and I'm so excited. And I'm excited to continue offering that, but to even go beyond that, the coaching boot camp that we worked on together for 8 weeks has helped me create a offer that I can extend to people who maybe are new to my platform.
Mhm.
And that's going to be a 3-day masterclass called The Legacy of Listening. And
Mhm.
so I'm really excited to offer that for 3 days with its own ebook publication to help people understand how to journal and more deeply with God, how there's power in their pen that can connect to their healing, and how they can document their wisdom to create legacy to go on beyond them. And
Mhm.
so I'm excited to offer that soon. I really, really hope that wherever you find me, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube and TikTok. If you can find me on those 4 places, you can follow me any one of those places. There's a link tree on every page that has links to what I've been able to do and create. My you can mostly videos, books, and blog posts, and a way to connect with me to get on my calendar. I'm
Mhm.
very excited to do that. The coaching looks a little bit it's short coaching. It's something that I almost feel like is more like mentoring because it's not long term unless you want to repeat the cycle. But we start and it takes about 3 to 4 weeks, and we start with working through educational and family trauma and
Mhm.
processing those two things. And I found that God is so good. He doesn't waste anything. um when I decided to take a break from the public education, when I had my daughter and became a stay-at-home mom, I had all like I said, all these accolades, certifications, qualifications in education where I had been teaching students and teachers for many years, and I wasn't sure how to continue doing that from home. But what I'm finding is I coach my readers who are interested in their own family, their own legacy, their own healing. There's much that my expertise as an educator is able to reveal to them. So we do that. We work on the revealing and healing the trauma, and then we go from there to create a plan that will allow them to document their wisdom or legacy. And so far we have had my clients create ebooks that they use in their coaching. I've had one that has outlined a plan for a nonprofit. I have had a client who processed educational trauma. And because of that, she was able to get her master's degree. And now she just got accepted for her doctorate's program. And her daughter
Mhm.
actually ended up getting her bachelor's degree alongside her.
Oh,
And
nice.
so, yes, that's a real generational freedom. There's been some really good evidence. I've even worked with families, like more than one, like a set of family members at a time. So it can be one-on-one, or it can be siblings or parents, and to work with them together on a family media project.
Mhm.
And so they've been able to do a podcast series of all the men in their family,
Nice.
and through that came so much healing in their family. I mean, exponential healing. And so I'm also able to offer editing services for anyone who wants to get anything written, blog posts, social media posts, ebooks, books, wants to send something to a publisher but just wants it looked at first before it's ready. I'm also able to offer that at the end of the coaching cycle.
Yes, that's so amazing, especially the part about the woman who got her master's and her daughter got her bachelor's with her. So you were able to tangibly, physically see the generations extending. So that is super, super, super amazing. So if you were speaking to that person that needed what you had, what would you say to them? What is something you would have been looking to hear for your Amber?
Mm, absolutely. I would say to them, I know how it feels to look like you have it all together, but really privately you're falling apart. I
Mhm,
know what it feels like to know that what's in you is not just for you, but
mhm,
you don't know how to get it past the four walls of your house,
mhm,
and are nervous that you will take it to the grave with you because you're just surviving. And I know how to work through the traumas of the past that connect with the years we were in school and the years we were younger children, and how that has kept us from creating legacy and documenting our stories the way they should, and the way they deserve to be put out there for the world.
mhm,
And so, through faith and prayer and mentoring and coaching, through educational expertise and fun, because I like to laugh, and also very strategic, deep journaling strategies
mhm,
that are, I believe, heaven sent, that God has given me for how to help people um, journal and write through their experiences.
mhm,
There's just a way about it that allows unlocking to happen, that
mhm.
allows it. Sometimes it kicks up dust in the spirit, and but you end up with freedom. And to really just go deep, and do some life transforming work
Yeah.
that gets you to a place where you can have the breakthrough that you need. I've just had people describe working together with me to be very clarifying, very healing, but even almost life changing, not because I'm so great, but because of what God has blessed me to be able to do in life, and
Mm,
how He's helped me to synthesize it, like put it together um, for the benefit of others.
yeah.
And I know that everybody has a story, they have a walk that can birth something in them for someone else too.
Yeah.
And so I would love to just be able to help whoever is called to that, or whoever that sounds good to help you leave something behind for your generations.
Yes, that's so so good. I went ahead and put her link tree on the screen. I put her one of her Instagrams. She also has the
Mhm.
Journaling for the Generations Instagram as well. But everything with Amber. But I would go to the link tree because that's where you can
Yeah,
access her through
everything.
everything. So yeah.
Hmm.
So the final question, Amber, is what is one of the greatest things you learned about yourself while going through the boot camp
Mm.
that really helped you say, you know what? It's not about me, how I feel. I have something that the Lord has given me for others, and I need to get it out.
So this was really good because as part of the boot camp, and I don't know how much that you have shared about it going forward, but prayer. Oh, okay, okay, but prayer repeat with destiny was a part of it, and so that was really like the meat and potatoes for me. The training was excellent. The community was needed. It forced me and kept me accountable to do practical things, like actually get my business bank account in order and actually get my business address in order. But at the same time, I was able to work through deeper inner woundedness in my one-on-one time with Destiny that really highlighted to me why I struggled showing up,
Mhm,
because I've always had confidence. I know my worth. I know what I have to offer. But the way the enemy was working against me wasn't through any of those things. It was through a father wound. And
mhm,
so I learned that about myself, and that has really set me free. And
mhm,
so it's more than just a boot camp where you work and develop your business. It's more like, on top of that, you're also working to develop you where you're underdeveloped. So it really it's shown a light on places where I needed the Lord to fill in the gaps for me. And it wasn't what I expected. I also learned how to show up for myself. There was
Mhm.
a lot that I had.
Amber, Amber.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Yes. And so also being the importance of showing up for me and what God has given me to do. I had a lot of competing interests with my coaching business, with family, with work, all kinds of things, like we all do. But the accountability actually helped me realize the importance of showing up for me,
Mhm.
and how important that is, how necessary that is, and how it's really not like an option. Like I'm not an option. And
Mhm.
what God has given me is definitely not an option.
Amber, no, it's so good. Are you there? Amber. That was really, really good. I'm trying to see if she's back. Well, as we're getting Amber to come back on, make sure you go and follow her on IG at Everything with Amber. Make sure you go to her link tree, follow, subscribe to her YouTube channel. She is absolutely amazing. All the ladies who have shared are absolutely amazing. I'm very, very particular about endorsing people and sharing people. So listen, they are the real deal. They have really went before the Lord. We fasted every other week. We prayed. So they have been before the Lord about these offers that they're bringing out, these coaching services that they offer. And so we have Amber back. Go ahead, Amber, finish out. Sorry, I just was trying to fill in the gaps there.
No, you did a great job. So sorry. It's the weather's really bad here. So I'm grateful that the Wi-Fi lasted as long as it did. I'm back on my phone now. So I'm not sure what you all heard, but basically, in a nutshell, I learned that showing up for me is not optional, and showing up for God is certainly not optional.
Yeah.
And that was a really big one for me. And I just loved being able to do work on my business, but then through therapy, do work on me
Yeah.
so I could figure out why I wasn't showing up in my business. So that was like a light bulb moment for me. So yeah, I learned a lot about myself and business in the boot camp.
Amen. Amen. You're so right. Like it's so important for us to do our work because your business is only going to be as successful as the work you've done, right? Your relationship with God is only going to be as prosperous or effective as the work you do, right? And so that is really, really, really good. Well, I'm so proud of you, Amber. I was telling them again that your link tree's up there, that your IG's up there, to definitely go follow her. If there's anything that she shared today that resonated with you, go follow her, go subscribe. If there's anything that she shared today that made you think of somebody else, reach out to them and say, hey, I heard this lady named Amber and I really thought about you. Go follow her, go look at her YouTube channel, go binge her content, and connect with her. Sign up for a one-on-one with her because she really is passionate about changing the trajectory of our generations, changing the trajectory of those generations that are still alive. Sometimes we focus so much on the future generations that we don't realize about our mothers and our grandmothers and great grandmothers that's still here living. And so definitely go send her some heart emojis. Tell her she did a great job because they all stretched themselves out of their original comfort zone to do this and to show up. For those of you who showed up live, thank you for showing up. We have a comment from Recover Remnant podcast. They said, I was a recipient of Amber Services. She is absolutely amazing. So you got some feedback from the audience. So go share, go follow, go like. And we appreciate you. I think we have 1 or 2 more that we're going to be doing between today and the remainder of this week. But I just love you all, and we will see you later. Bye.